Super Fun Force. Today we're going to get to the bottom of the recently announced Beyblade 4th generation 4th series news. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I heard about that a couple days ago, to me, I was like, whoa, it's brand new. Like, Takara Tomy is just now releasing this financial report. Unfortunately, sources on the internet did not give any link to the actual document. So guess what, guys? I want to be transparent with you guys, and I want you guys to have the truth so we can basically kind of have a better idea of what's truly going on. So I'm going to link below to the actual document because I've done my research and I've been able to find it. So I'm on Takara Tomy's website right now, but I'll give you the actual link. I'll provide it to below. And let's jump right into the document because you know what? This is actually old news. Boom! They announced it back in May 10th of this year. So this is not something that just happened, July. They talked about this a long time ago, almost 3 months ago now, as of today. Which is, even, just for me maybe, a couple of days after I found out about the news, seeing it on, YouTube and Reddit and stuff like that. So I went through the document and we're just going to go through a quick couple of things and I'll just give you guys my predictions, right? Now there definitely is a 4th series coming, a 4th generation, but I don't think it's as soon as many of us believe it to be. But again, I'm just going to give you guys my personal guesses and my personal feelings. Now, basically what happens here, I'll break down the document, is again, this actually goes all the way back to March 31st too. So actually, if we go here, if we go to the, I got to go to English really quick. This is hot off the heels of what happened back in, did they put it down here? Okay. But yeah, so they have this, they had this global picture here and all this stuff. I think it was investors relation. So if you look here, the last time that they showed it off to the financial information, I think, was at the end of March, right? So let's look here, consolidated. Okay. Anyways, going through all this stuff, but their last biggest sharing of this, these are more graphs and stuff like that. Yeah, it was way back in March of early this year, right? So this is when they were showing it, and actually this is, again, only as old as May. So this is a basic follow-up to that last presentation we heard about back in March, right? And what they're doing here is they're just telling you the question of what we don't know who asked the question, but it's probably like the media, business insiders, could be even some board members, who knows? But they're asking these questions, and then they tell us here in the answer section who from Takara Tomy is responding, right? So in this first question, it's actually Kojima, representative director, president, and CEO. And now the first question, really quick, is that sadly, Takara Tomy lost money this year, and that could be for a lot of reasons, such as the yen depreciation is actually falling short, high raw material costs, logistical costs. Yeah, everything's getting more expensive, right? We're facing inflation. There's events in the world that are sadly making things difficult. So like shipping is getting more expensive and stuff like that. As you can see here, they're starting to say that that's the reasons why. Those are the reasons why Takara Tomy has been losing money overall, right? This is just overall, right? Consolidated business results overall. Then of course, Kojima responds and, gives us hope and stuff like that, and tries to, give us some more positive forecasting that hopefully things will improve. And then they're going to explain as to why he believes Takara Tomy will do better, which I think will be fine. I think Takara Tomy will definitely do better. So one thing I want to say right away is that this question stuck out to me, right? When they're asking about the high raw material costs, as they said back here, is part of the reason why they're losing money. So this to me makes sense because I am seeing a lot of reports about just, plastics, metals, and things like that becoming much more scarce and harder to get and more expensive, which we've also seen with like computer chips and graphic chips last year having shortages. So I think that's sadly why the 4th generation series might not be metal. It might not. I don't think we'll ever see a metal fight again. But if we do see a metal fight, maybe Takara Tomy has been stockpiling and trying to get as much metal as possible. And I think this is also why I've been critiquing Takara Tomy of them using less metal in Dynamite Battle. Like, I think we should have seen it on the new Achilles coming out, Zest. We should have even seen it on, Chain, maybe, because, chain, metal chains. Probably why we didn't see the metal on the Ultimate Valkyrie. So those are the main ones that I felt like should have had it. Ultimate Valkyrie should have had it. Achilles should have had it in the sword. But this could be because, again, it's getting expensive. They had to put it on the Guilty layer, they had to put it on, the Longinist, and they also had to put it on, at least some of it on Excalibur. They put some of it on Astral, so, they did what they can, I think. So I give them respect for that. So that's what I'm saying here. I'm not saying that the 4th series won't be metal fight or won't have metal. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if the 4th series was actually maybe just plastic, pure plastic, or maybe just like Dynamite Battle, plastic with some rubber and some metal eventually. I mean, who knows? Maybe something like totally, unexpected could happen. Like maybe a lot of it is going to be rubber, or maybe it's going to be some other material that is still relatively cheap and abundant. But by hearing this question and seeing the fact that they've lost money, I wouldn't expect the 4th series to be metal fight related at all. But I know a lot of you want it to be. So I just want to say, don't have your hopes up too high, because it just sounds like by the way things are going in the world, it might not be possible to ever see metal fight again, right? So that's that. Now, to jump down into the actual announcement of 4th generation, this is what the question that everyone's been sharing, which is, tell us about the status development of your major global products, your major global products being, Tomika, Shinkali, and Z, the new Puni runes, and then they're just saying in Europe. So I think it's already been established that in the United States, we have Hasbro handling the evergreen viability of Beyblade, meaning that it could be a longer lasting brand. And in Japan, it's definitely an evergreen brand, even without the anime right now. At least they're going to test it and see if it can go on, I would say akin to something like Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Because Yu-Gi-Oh no longer has, to my knowledge, an ongoing manga or an anime, and yet the card game still goes on as a successful product line that is definitely evergreen. So they're saying that Beyblade is starting to become one. It definitely is becoming one in Europe. And like I said, I'm sure that it's going to keep going in Japan. Now, I think in the United States, we're at a weird place because personally, I've gotten a lot of the quad drive Beyblades from Hasbro, but I'm stopping. So even if they release new quad drives, unless it's a really, really cool exclusive, I'm totally happy with what I have. I've supported it, and I have enough to play with and to analyze. But if they're just going to keep doing recolors and re-releases and mixing up some parts, I think I'm done with Hasbro Beyblade. Once I have that good amount of the starting ones now, I don't think I need any more. And again, if Hasbro does its own version of a 4th series that isn't up to par with the Takara Tomys, then I'm definitely going to stay away from it. I think the Hypersphere was our best product, and I think it's unique and fun along with the stadiums. It really stands apart. It's a powerful series that's fast and fun, has a lot of bursting, still also a good amount of like stamina and defense. I think Quad Drive right now, it might be early, but I think Quad Drive is not going to surpass Hypersphere, because I think that the way that the battles are and not having any of the gimmicks, right? They're just being, again, hollowed out plastic layers with their own version of like a 2-part driver system, to me is not enough to be, something that would be long-term enjoyable or sustainable, right? Hypersphere brought, again, the super wide, chunky drivers, and that was fun with the specifically designed stadiums, but Quad Drive is definitely not that. So anyways, this is what people were showing, and then the main thing was down here, we are currently working on the development of the 4th generation of this series. This could mean it could come out in 5 years, it could come out in 3 months, it could come out in 2 years. This is just my hypothesis. I think the way Dynamite Battle is going right now, BU, since they just released, and I'm going to jump to this. This also goes with the March 15th press release, right? That this document is referring to. Again, don't forget, this document says they're responding to the March 31st financial presentation, and this follow-up happened in May. Okay, so if we go back to March, this is what they released. Their current plan at the beginning of 2022 was to release the Burst Ultimate and to start targeting younger audiences with things like Bay Ambassador products for Hello Kitty, Ohasuta, and Cote d'Azur. And that's what we're seeing happening still later this year. We're just now getting the Hello Kitty in September, right? Pre-orders are coming out, but the actual release isn't until September for the first big one. Now that means, to me, kind of strange if they released it in September and then whatever 4 months later, right, December 2023, we come into January, they just stop and scrap all of this and then say here's fourth generation. For me, I feel like Beyblade Burst Ultimate can actually go into the entirety of 2023, and we wouldn't see the fourth series until at the earliest late 2023 or at the very beginning of 2024. That would actually feel better to continue, because if you see my other video, I think Burst Ultimate and Dynamite Battle is by far the best series. There's so much equalization in power. As long as you're playing on the proper stadium, again, I'll stress that and emphasize that there's a great balance between attack, defense, and stamina, for sure. And again, if you play 3G and especially 5G, you'll definitely see that. And again, if you play it through a point-based battling system, then it's going to be even more enjoyable all across the different combinations you can do. So with that being said, they released it starting off with Dynamite 3, or what I like to call Dynamite 3, or the Divine Blade. And even though that's the only one I don't have right now, and I boycotted it specifically for certain reasons, like I said, if I can get this super cheap or if someone gives it to me, then I'll definitely play with it. But essentially, that's what marked the beginning of Burst Ultimate. And now we only are going to get, up to September, we're only going to have, this one. We only have like the Ultimate Valkyrie. We have Excalibur, Zest Achilles. So again, it's still quite young. I feel like if they're going to release BU, they're going to give us at least another 5, 6, 7 re-releases, right? And we also got like Chain, right? Chain Trebeus. So I feel like they can still release a lot of previous bays that we haven't seen in a long time. I hope they stay true and don't give us any more, Valkyries. Ultimate was the last. And I hope they don't give us any more Dynamite Bells, I think they should just, stop with this third version here and then, give us brand new stuff going forward. So yeah, this is basically their plan. You can also take a look at this. I'll give a link for this one. And it tells you what their strategy is for 2022, which I think can definitely continue in through 2023. So there you guys go. And again, they just started in April, the new, ambassador project with Cote d'Azur. Hopefully if I'm pronouncing that correct. And then, of course, they have also started the Ohasuta. And then we're not getting the Hello Kitty one until September. And then this one also, I think, is happening, the Kumamon. This should be happening right now if it already hasn't happened. I think it's starting to happen in June, July in Japan. Let's see here. Again, they're also announcing this for April. So, and as you can see here, new series fully loaded with the intrinsic capabilities of Beyblade in terms of strike and defense, which starts with, again, B197. So we, again, just started this year, the new series, which I don't think should last only a year. I mean, it can, don't get me wrong. They can definitely end this series in 2023. But to me, I feel like with the way they're starting to try to build momentum, we can see a lot of awesome, like, reskins and collaborations. And we can definitely see this Beyambassador go for at least 1 year before they decide what to do with 4th gen, right? So there you guys go. The last thing it really talks about here is, one thing that they did also accumulate was they said they synergized with Fat Brain Group. So again, if you go to this, it's fatbraindoys.com. But this is, again, mostly targeting towards kids and educational toys. So that's something to be aware of. Takara Tomy is going to start distributing this stuff throughout, I guess, Asia, and maybe being able to use some of their properties and integrate these into Takara Tomy products. But that's what it's talking about if you look it up, and you can see that, fatbraintoys.llc is now with Takara Tomy. So that's pretty much it, guys. And again, I'll give the links to the full report from this, and then you can take a look. And then at the end of it, you can also take a look at this one, which talks about what their plans are with the new BU series for this year. So there you guys go. So in conclusion, again, I think that Dynamite Battle could keep on going from all of 2023. I would like to see that, and I would like to see a bunch of new layers and stuff and drivers and different collaborations. And then maybe they give us 4th gen in 2024, which would also kind of be like 4th gen, 4th series 2024. And then lastly, I don't think it's going to be Metal Fight or metal related because of the fact that the materials are getting scarce. I would think it would probably be plastic again, if anything. And I don't know where they would go, because I think Burst Ultimate also has given us the best of like plastic with metal and rubber, and then on top of that, giving us the burst mechanic. So I hope we see Dynamite Battle going on for another year, but I still look forward to what 4th Series can bring, 4th Gen, but at this point, it could be anything. It could be a whole new material, it could be plastic only, maybe it could have some metal in it, more rubber, who knows, but there you guys go. So I'm bringing it to you, and you can check out all the links, and please comment below, let me know what you guys think. Alright, thanks so much for hanging out, guys. More Beyblade stuff coming every week, of course, and also other bunch of fun stuff. Maybe you guys can check out some Nerf, some retro toys, and some other card games. Alright, thanks so much. Don't forget, keep your faith safe, pray, spread that love, be positive, be thankful. We'll be coming back at you. Peace.